Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Not that one, this one. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having an amazing middle of July. Happy to have you here. And we're back to our regular schedule. Last week we were here on Friday, and now we're back to our good old Thursdays. Let me bring on stage my co-host, Jesse. And
Good morning. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello,
Morning.
everyone. Morning.
Where are you, Christopher? That looks like...
Are you
traveling?
He's in a shuttle or a tank, something like that, right?
I am in a rental car by the side of the road in a place in Texas that I don't even think has a name. But
Okay.
due to the wonderful power of Starlink, threw the Starlink on the roof, hopped over into the passenger seat, found a nice quiet spot to pull over, and live stream. Here I am. The world
Cool.
is an amazing place.
That's great. I love the Starlink. It's awesome.
Yeah, we have one too, and we actually have a friend of ours that has a nice boat here in Seattle, and he doesn't have Starlink. We have it, so we take it out, and he brings a big battery, so we can bring our laptops out. He has a floating office days where we can just hang out and bring the Starlink and the battery pack in. It's a nice perk of a friend to have. We bring the Starlink, he brings the yacht.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a fair trade to me, right?
I think so. Bring the beer and the Starlink, and he brings the yacht. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
We don't even bring like White Claw. We bring Kirkland brand hard seltzer. But I can't go every Thursday, go that often because working Thursdays quickly devolve into party Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's a nice day, so I don't usually go. I don't often go, but it's
Yep.
nice. Anyway, good Friday, a good Thursday to you.
It's Thursday, yeah.
Good Thursday.
I was about to say it's Thursday this week. We haven't made it to Friday yet.
No, we haven't. I know.
Germany, Baltic Coast, yeah.
I know we're all in the same boat. We're all probably barely hanging on right now, barely awake. A lot of creatine, guys. Creatine's great for brain fog if you have some sleep deprivation. So I highly recommend you take a big dose of creatine.
Oh, is that what that white powder is? Cool.
The other white powder.
I actually have to say we've been doing a little family road trip for a little bit, and working in the evening once the kids go to bed, and in the morning before they get up, and then driving during the day. Just getting out of the office for a few days has been supercharging. I mean, first of all, I know I only have like 3 hours at a time to work, so I'm way more efficient. But secondly, just like, man, seeing this great country and talking to people and going around, and we super foolishly the other day in a little tiny town in Texas pulled over at a store to get some food for lunch, and I didn't realize one of the kids left their window open, and my wife left her purse sitting on the seat of the car with her phone and wallet in it, and we wandered back 25 minutes later with a bag full of ham and cheese, and everything was still there.
Okay, now before you spread rumors, where in America was this? Because that would definitely Texas. Okay.
Rural Texas. Small town in Texas.
Would not happen in Seattle.
No. In Seattle, they would have stolen the purse and the car.
And also, like, maybe hit you over the head with the hammer.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe the thing is that everybody has guns in Texas, so you don't know who has a gun.
Yeah, keeps everyone real.
It's a community thing. I mean, people, if something goes missing, the whole town knows who took it.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's true in small towns. It's why high trust is easy in small towns, because you just don't.
Yeah, actually, whenever I go, there's a couple of times I went through Texas for fun and for conference, and just walking on the street, and someone says, "How are you?" And my first reaction is like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Yeah, what do you want?
And it's like, "Oh no, they're just literally greeting you for the daily morning." That's that's how. Yeah, and I was saying it's funny because that's how I'm in Seattle, because no one really says hi. And Tim Key came from Maryland, from near Baltimore in College Park. So when he first came to Seattle, it was even worse. I thought I was being cold, but then he was standing in the first day in Seattle. He was at Starbucks getting a coffee, and some guy is like, when I heard the "How are you?" in my mind, I said, "What the fuck do you want?" Because I didn't say that out loud, but just in my mind, like, "What do you want?" Right? Tim from Baltimore, because he's been there for over almost a decade. He's standing in line at Starbucks, and someone says, "Hey, what's up?" or "How are you?" And he actually says, "What the fuck do you want?" out loud. It wasn't an internal thought. It just said to him, what the fuck do you want? It's like 6 a.m, getting coffee. Yeah.
Well, that
I'm like,
explains
Tim,
his reaction
like,
whenever
Tim,
that
he's in
explains his
Baltimore, man.
reaction whenever I talk to Tim. He's not being
Huh?
mean. It's just his internal monologue comes out.
Yeah.
Like
No, he's
like
better
coming
now,
out.
but I was like, dude, it's not Baltimore. It's like, this is just Seattle. It's just in the morning. Like, that's actually a rare, nice cities that you just heard. So cherish it. Anyway,
It's very rare in Seattle, so when it happens, definitely cherish it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, to everyone in the community here, GM, good morning to you all.
Yes,
to see you.
GM, everyone.
I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. We have a very special Thursday.
Nice.
Because we have a guest today. It's our boy Spaceman is on the call today. He's going to be talking about a beta process for UpRock Rocket. So we'll have him on in a handful of slides in a few minutes.
Okay.
I'm happy to have him here. You see him in the chats?
Yep.
You see him in Discord. You see him everywhere. He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. Mr. Spaceman.
Yes. Nice.
That's a little Lasso reference. Got to bring back the soccer references.
Nice. Love it.
By the way, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what's going on in World Cup anymore. I think that Spain just beat France.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know who's playing next.
Yeah. It's a bummer. They, ever since, they took down all the viewing parties here. So it's like the excitement did die down a little bit. But actually, some places are still watching it. And
I know they took it down. They took down the brig, everything in Seattle the day of the last game. So like as we're losing to who did we lose to? Doesn't matter. As we were losing to whoever the fuck, they're tearing down the.
I know the answer. We lost to somebody who's going to regret it. Let me tell you that.
I'll tell you that much, sure. Yeah, they're tearing it down. So it's like, okay, don't you want us to care? Come on, leave it up till the end of the tournament. But anyway, I believe that it is. Well, I know that Spain just beat France. So congratulations, Spain.
Okay. I follow different people than you guys on X because I think I saw a lot of jokes in my feed about like revenge of the bourbon, something, like making references to like 16th century European politics. And I'm like, I guess I follow different people than you guys do. But anyway, Spain, I think the finals is Spain and Argentina.
Yeah.
Spain and Argentina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I see that too.
Wait, England's out? Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, France and England are playing for third place in a game that everybody hopes both teams lose. Sorry.
sorry, my English and French friends. But this is war. This is World Cup. I was rooting for after we lost. I was like, okay, well now America's out, so now it's Norway, and then Norway's out. I'm like, damn it, now I don't know who. But Spain, Argentina. Okay, Argentina.
Yeah. Okay.
Argentina.
This is as much you're going to get out of me about this conversation. I just don't care anymore.
Okay, we'll move on.
Jesse is in the comments right now like, guys, move on. This is boring. Guys, please move on. Guys, World Cup is over. Guys, come on, let's go.
If we're not in it, I don't care.
Oh, dear God. So you're putting me to sleep. Okay.
All right. Well, first prompt. Okay, it is our 110th weekly call. Topic of the week is first prompt with Rocket. I know Jesse's first prompt is how do we get Jen to move on from World Cup? But we have a wonderful guest spaceman. We're happy to have him here. But let's get into the agenda, shall we, fellas? We're going to talk about, guess what? Your favorite topic, Jesse? World Cup.
Hey, more World Cup. Nobody cares. Let's move on.
This is about World Cup for the community earnings and who's winning with the most on devices. So this is a little different, but yeah.
So it's World Cup final week, and we have our country of the week. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. We're going to talk about first prompt with Rocket, our Rocket AI beta program. Yeah. That's where we'll have our dear friend Spaceman on stage. He'll talk about that. We have the latest episode of our AI watching series. More of Jesse's thoughts.
Wow. Okay.
We should have like an intro to Jesse's thoughts,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like in a Glee. That's how Sue sees it.
Whenever
my
I hear
2
it's time
cents.
for Jesse's thoughts, I just completely tune it out and go to my happy place.
You know what's crazy? I also tune out.
Weird.
We were talking on the phone at like 1 a.m. yesterday, and I realized at some point that I had tuned Jesse out and Jesse had tuned me out, and we were both just like, yep, I agree,
That was a great conversation. I loved it.
You know what? Here's the thing. So that explains a lot, because after your guys' call, I knew you guys were on a long call because I was trying to get a hold of Jess, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on a call with Chris. I'll call you when I'm done." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so when you guys were done, I was like, "Hey, so what was the call about? What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, you're just talking about no, that's tell you later." And then he never told me. It's like he was done. He just powered down.
That's funny. Yeah,
We're gonna tell you later.
it was a thrilling conversation.
It sounds like it. I think that we should call these Jesse Thoughts segments Yesy Jesse. Right? We just be yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
when you say Jesse, I say Yesy. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Yesy Jesse segments. Okay. Anyway, after Jesse's thoughts. Oh, well, Spaceman is on number 7. We'll have Spaceman here. And then we will do the 7-day boost and product updates and some Q&A. And then we're out of here. Guys, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat and we'll highlight them so we can answer them at the end. Otherwise, we will bring them up at the we'll bring them up if they are related to what we're talking about at the moment.
Yeah.
So please drop in your questions. I will at some point while these guys are talking and zoning out with each other, I will try to get on Discord and see if there's any questions there. All right. Oh, you know what? I think that I think Roz wants Spaceman now.
Okay. That's
Does
fine.
everyone want Spaceman now? Should we just have him? Spaceman, you want to just sit with us?
I want Spaceman now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if he's here, because I told him that I would bring him up in a few slides. So if he's busy, we'll just bring him up. Here, I'll ping him. Okay. Well, let's ping the Spaceman privately, because I did say, hey, well, I'll bring you on stage in like a few minutes.
Yeah.
So he might be, get himself some coffee or something. So I'll wait till he writes me back. In the meantime, folks, you're just gonna have to wait. Good things come to those who wait. And
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. He just responded in the private chat. Bring up Spaceman now. Okay. Go ahead.
Bring up the Spaceman now. Okay, guys. Spaceman, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Happy
thanks for joining.
birthday,
What's up, everyone?
That was like a nice static drum roll I just heard.
Well, because he's in space.
Right. That makes sense. Oh, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
In space, nobody can hear your drum roll.
Oh gosh, yeah, dude, everybody's asking for you.
Yep,
Spaceman is about to leave for space real soon. Hurry up, Jen. If we all jump at once, we might get his attention. Anyway, how you doing, man?
Good. It's been a busy couple days with everything going on.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
yeah. Well, we're happy to have you on the call this week. You want to just stay with us for all the slides?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, now here's the next thing.
You can do a good, like every time we say something cool, be like, oh shit, that's crazy. Just a little hype man style.
Yeah, a little history in the making, y'all.
Yeah, stuff like that. Cool, thanks.
That'd be great. No, you know what people are asking for now? They want your face, sir.
Maybe one day.
That's extra, right? You got to pay extra for the face.
Yeah. Mystery is good. All right.
Here's what we need to do. We need to take our NFTs and find a way to animate them as we're speaking. Can you imagine? The little spaceman.
I tried to put my NFT on the picture. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah. There's got to be a way. I bet
wait,
you. There's got to be a way with.
The tech is for sure out there to fully animate them. I don't
yeah.
know. I feel like you've just put me on a horrible 2 a.m. rabbit hole. Jesse,
No.
quiet. Stop thinking in my head, sir.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if StreamYard supports it. Other companies do that, which is cool, but I don't think this software does it. Yeah,
we can certainly roll something. Anyway, no, sorry.
Yeah. I feel like the others other streaming software that people use for Twitch. I bet you I've seen it. So yeah, it must be easier for other platforms.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
All right, guys, let's get into the week because I just realized we're 20 minutes in. We've just been shooting the shit. So let's get into the week.
Yep.
We're gonna start off with finals week for World Cup. So what we were doing, in case you're new here, we every week, and this has been going on for over a year, we highlight a new country, sometimes a region, once even a continent, where everybody who is physically in that area will get double the rewards for the week. For World Cup, we're doing something special. So all the 48 countries that are participating in World Cup were qualified for the World Cup country weeks.
Yeah.
And this is the last one. So Group L and Group K, that's Colombia, Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. You are in the groups that for the week, and you get double your rewards this week. So there's nothing you have to do other than keep UpRock running in the background. Although there are things that you can do to increase your reward, and that's with Rocket Boost. So play games, watch the daily videos, answer surveys, refer friends. All of those actions will not only give you a token reward, it also gives you a boost on your earn rate. So you can earn more per hour if you're contributing to the network. So that's it. That's going on. This is the last one. I'm so sad that this is the last finals week or World Cup week. It's really fun. 48 countries we got through. It looks really good. You know what, Roz? This cup does look nice and shiny. I got to tell you guys something.
Okay.
I think that the trophy this year looks like an eyeball that's been ripped out of its socket.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's eye-popping. Makes sense.
Well, Chris, you're silent, but doesn't it kind of? It looks a little violent.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I just Googled it. It's a weird one.
It also
It's a
looks
weird one.
like a violent thing ripped out of a man's body as well.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there.
That too. Either way, it just doesn't look safe.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it is nice and shiny.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the eye socket winner. I ripped out eyeball winner. This well, I guess we'll find out in just a few days. But anyway,
the person who has to design this every year, like, oh crap, what do we do this year? Yeah, put a ball on a pedestal.
Sasha says, "Don't make fun of the Holy Grail." Christ is chalice. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, so in addition to our countries of the week, we also have the Swarm Cup. So this is a 1 million UPT prize pool. This final week we'll choose the winning country on July 19th. What this is who has the most which countries are contributing with the most uptime.
And God, it's not based on the most wins, or we would not be up there.
No, definitely. But we would win the Spirit Award.
Yeah.
I think we would win the Spirit Award. So, guys, I mean, it looks like it's United States, Brazil, South Korea, Japan, England, Scotland. How come it's not the UK? Actually, I just realized that. How come the UK is competing as multiple countries? I mean, I know multiple countries.
Honestly, I feel like we could spend an hour talking about this, but because they do, and because whatever, go on X and people have opinions about it.
Not worth it. That juice is not worth the squeeze, I take it.
Juice is not worth the squeeze. I can give you a history lesson starting in about 1288, but it still doesn't explain why they get two teams in the World Cup.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, England, Scotland, they're number 5. And then Argentina, Germany, and Spain.
Yeah.
You're going to have to beat America for uptime, guys. As Spaceman, you said, if it was by how we performed at World Cup, we wouldn't be on that. But this is about uptime. So this is our game now. UpRock uptime. Anyway, guys, that is going on. This is the last week, so if you want your country to win, you got to get up there. Keep UpRock running in the background. All right, so
awesome.
Congratulations to the countries of the week, and then next week it's business as usual. So we'll go back to one country or maybe a region, but we got a lot of countries to go through now because we went through 48 just in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So we need I don't know, we need to show some love to these countries that were not participating in World Cup.
Yep.
So that will be fun to get back to. Who should we highlight next? I wonder.
I think was that?
Nigeria hasn't been done in a while again. Or did we do it too?
I think we did Nigeria again twice. I think we did it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You know what?
Nigeria.
I know India we did twice.
You know what's interesting? I just learned that so A16Z, they put out a post actually a few months ago, but I think it's probably still relevant around agent or AI adoption. And the top 4 countries, if I remember correctly, it was actually were very surprising. So it was like Singapore.
What's that sound?
Okay, there. Hey, did you just hit an asteroid? It was. Hey, be careful of those aliens out there. It was they're really annoying. The fastest of space, and they got to get in your way. Super, right? So I think it was Singapore, Hong Kong, South Korea, and where's the 4th one? Maybe Germany or something. Yeah, but those are the top 4 around AI. And actually, we see that too, even for the Rocket Claw. Number 1, we did a couple of campaigns, and Hong Kong was number 1 downloads or installs of our NPM package. And so maybe since we're doing the Rocket AI promotions, we can pick one of the countries that have a really high adoption rate for AI and agentic AI, because right now, and actually US is number 20. So surprisingly, this is just a few months ago, but I'm guessing it's probably hasn't changed much. Rocket, you would think US is so much higher because the AI labs are all in Silicon Valley. They're all here. But I think around the world, just the attitude toward AI is a little more positive, where in some countries, it's 50-50. People are a little more anxiety around it, a little more nervous around it. Some people just straight up hate it. And other people, it's very polarizing here in the US. So that makes sense. But anyway, that could be, maybe we should do something around that, because we're going to do some promotions around Rocket AI. We have our video campaign coming up, and we're going to talk about that a little bit too. That's on the schedule.
Yeah. Well, Roz does say he wants a break from country weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Or that.
Well,
whatever your intention is, Roz. I mean, you've these things are great. So.
No, I'm sure he's just joking. I just went through 48 countries. Give me a break. Yeah, but no, that's true. There's a lot going on. You said Singapore was one of them. The energy down there, energy in Southeast Asia with AI is really incredible.
Yeah. Well, yeah, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong. So I think Singapore was number 1, which is surprising. Yeah, I thought at least US would be top 10 just because everything is all the popular.
Well, but it may. I mean, it also in some of those, because those countries are relatively small. It was like, for a long time when they had the fastest internet was in Hong Kong or something like that. But it's like, yeah, it's awesome that they did it, but it's also a relatively small area. I mean, I will just say the AI energy in the US, it's been so eye-opening to be back here around. I've been to some data centers in the last few days, and the scale of construction that's going on here in Texas around this is absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, bigger data centers than I've ever seen in my life. And they're building them as far as the eye can see. So it's like crazy what the energy is like around that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like in our city, it's kind of like San Francisco, very AI friendly, but also at the same time not, depending on who you ask. But mostly I think it's AI friendly. Seattle, I think, is mostly you got to do AI on the down low or something at the moment, It's like there's a lot happening here, but just talking to the general public, the first reaction of most people is like, AI. They don't really like it.
Yeah, a little bit. But
everybody's using it. A lot of people are using it, but nobody wants to admit it. Consumer, I mean that is right.
Yeah.
Or for work too.
Using it.
I think some people for work are resentful that they're forced to use it. I know some folks like that. They're like, I don't like to be forced to use it. Like this threat of like, if I don't adapt, then I'll die. I mean, that's kind of true though, but some people are a little resentful around that. But I mean, you really do have to embrace it, adapt. And it's not. Once you use it, it's not scary. And once you use it, you realize this is actually pretty exciting. So I constantly just tell people, try it. I mean, I've been doing this kind of like with crypto too, where people think it's degens only and scary, and I'm so used to I'm so used to the making it friendly when I'm on board my friends with crypto, so it kind of feels the same vibe. You just got to embrace it because it's happening no matter what. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing, I saw a really interesting article lately that talked about like centaurs versus anti-centaurs. And to summarize it really quickly, a centaur is like a human body and brain on like a super strong, tireless body. And so people who are loving AI are getting that experience. It's like sort of you're doing the things you would already do, but AI lets you do more. It lets you run longer, be faster, do the sorts of boring things that you wouldn't do. Like, if I needed to crawl through, 109 episodes of Livestream to find out when Jesse said something, I just wouldn't do it. I just say, maybe he said it or maybe he didn't, whatever. With AI, I can do that. That's great. And the people who are having a bad time with AI is where it's like some C-suite type who doesn't really understand it is like, you must use AI for this. And it turns out AI isn't the right tool. It makes their job harder. And so it's like an anti-centaur. You're a human body carrying around a big heavy head that doesn't help you and is kind of dumb and doesn't go where you want it to go. So like that really is, I think this is a good analogy. And I think it's the difference between, because you legitimately hear a lot of really smart people being like, oh man, AI sucks and it's awful. It's making my job harder. And then my own experience is so different. And of like people I know, it's like, no, it's really making our jobs better. And I think that is the difference. Are people being forced to use it where it makes their jobs harder, or are they able to use it like we are, where it makes our jobs and our lives better? And I think that's the differentiator. So
yeah. Good way to put it. Yep.
Yeah. I was reading, or I was listening to, I think I talked about this up last week, but I was listening to the All In podcast, or maybe it was just an interview with Chamath, and he was talking about, well, Jason had mentioned this like months ago, that there's going to be a time where, you're replacing all these companies, tech companies, especially the large ones, particularly the large ones, are going to be replacing a lot of their workforce for AI, but it will catch up with them because the cost of the tokens will surpass the cost of the salaries. And so it's actually cheaper and more efficient to have a human. And Chamath was saying, I think it was either Chamath or Jason was saying a few weeks ago that time has happened now, where they're spending, I think 45% more on their,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They were
5% boost of productivity.
Yeah. They're spending a ton more on tokens, but when they looked across and they're measuring how it was improving their business, it was like only 5% more improvement. And so this is probably a question a lot of companies have, like, okay, we're trying to adapt and grow as fast as possible, but then are we actually using the tool efficiently right now? Or are we all just pretending we are? and it's actually costing us a lot more, and only a few of us actually know how to use it properly. And so it's that's and when you're a small team like us, that's not really an issue. But if you're having 1,000 people or more, then you don't really have an understanding of what's going on. It's probably a lot harder for bigger companies to roll this out, actually. And every company is a little different too, so they need different AI, different models, different security issues, different data issues. It's not just give everyone tokens and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, that's probably what everyone's experiencing. Like it's more complicated than you think to actually make it great.
I think this is a great. Just shows the what happens when you democratize access to knowledge and skills, where everyone now has a chance to participate. It's just a lot harder for the bigger organizations to move than it is for the smaller ones. When anybody can make anything, the smaller organizations or solopreneurs, is that how you say it? Solopreneurs?
Yeah.
Know how to be scrappy. and know how to be efficient with what they work with what they got. So they can make a lot of stuff. This is a great tool for them. Big bloated organizations know how to spend a lot of money, or not really think about, are not as scrappy as the smaller ones. So they end up wasting a lot of money. But yeah, I know it's very scary about how there's a lot of job displacement, but it's also just redistribution as well. It's redistribution of the skills and the access to knowledge. Yeah, access to everything and to the skills. So I don't know where I'm going at with it.
Sorry, I'm gonna jump on all of this, and you knew I was going to the moment you said the All In podcast, but I also disagree with this, regardless of the source. But this is a dumb argument. Anybody who's spending more on AI than like employees is doing it wrong. This is like cargo culting. Like, oh, AI made some companies more successful. Let's spend a bunch of money on AI, and then you spend a bunch of money on AI. And guess what? It's expensive. If the goal is to spend money, guess what? If the goal is to burn money, we can make a big pile of it out here and burn it very, very efficiently.
Yeah.
The point. This is the problem with cargo culting and with but this isn't the first time this happened. Remember, anybody who's been in the tech space for a long time remembers when everything was going to be better in the cloud, and then companies spent 10 times as much by moving things to the cloud in a very cargo culty kind of way. No, the price of tokens is going to continue to come down to the extent that there are a few very limited use cases right now where, maybe there's some sort of, you could do things manually for less cost than doing it. That's a temporary, transitory thing that will go away. But dumb engineering is just dumb engineering. So if you've designed a system to waste tokens, then congratulations, you're efficiently burning money. Like, good for you. Your OKRs are successful, and you've ruined your company. That's great. Make room for the rest of us.
This is a thing that just is almost built into large organizations.
Yes, the goal is other people spent a lot of money on this. We need to spend a lot of money on this. Then they spend a lot of money on it, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's so expensive!" Like, yeah, well, that was the goal. The goal was to spend money. People optimized for the goal.
Yeah. The token price will go down. We have seen it is going down, and even in fact, that's what Chamath had. He even addressed that as well. So, despite the token price going down so much over the year.
Some companies are that bad.
Still increased 45%, and their productivity has only increased 5%.
Yeah.
So that's with the cost going down. But anyway, it is going to go down. But that will still, big organizations are going to still continue, I feel, to suffer, because if the problem is not with the token usage, the problem is with the culture of spending money. They're throwing money at a problem.
Yeah, the consultants are probably, if you're an AI consultant right now, you're probably making a ton.
Yeah,
clean up shop. Just go around and sell. Maybe you can get them set up. But yeah,
that's what you should do, guys. If you find yourself you found your job displaced by AI, you work for a big company, find displaced by AI, go over to Deloitte, become a consultant.
Or create your own consulting firm.
Create your own consultant agency. Hey, with AI, you could actually.
Yeah.
And in fact, why don't we go into our next slide here, because this the segue is great. We're talking about how you prompt your AI. So here, let me share the link here on X. All right, let me share the X link here. We asked, what is the first thing you ask Rocket? So Rocket is the AI in your pocket.
Nice.
Comes in the UpRock app. And we just turned it on to a bunch of people last week. If you saw the T10, T-10 summary, you got Rocket launched for you. And so we asked people, if you're using the Rocket AI, what's the first thing you asked them? And we're gonna pick the 10 most creative prompts, and each winner will receive 100 UPT.
Cool.
We asked our intern. Our dear intern, like, he's tasked with that. So make it fun, guys.
Yeah. So let's share some stats, Chris. I think you can pull some up. So we haven't rolled out to everybody. It's working pretty well. You guys, for folks who've seen it, you have to go to the Rocket tab. If it says T-10, that means you are once you see that means you're interested in trying it out, and you'll start getting access like pretty quickly. So if you have that access,
hey, everybody who's seen T-10 from the last call to this call was
Yeah.
turned on by the time this call started. And most of you should have seen it progressively over time. So if you've seen it, go check it out, and it should be on for you. And we definitely see people are using it and loving it. So, it's funny, Jesse, is people are using it so fast that number go up since I told you the number before the call. So I said 1.7 billion tokens. Now it's, let me double check and make sure it crossed this threshold, but I think it's at 1.8 billion tokens now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cool.
1.8. It literally, while we've been talking, just crossed over 1.8 billion tokens in the last however many hours, and that's over 60. That's just about 62,000 actions that it's done, and that number is continuing to go up. So that's awesome, everybody.
Yeah.
That you guys are using Rocket and liking Rocket. And for anybody, I'll make the same offer this week I made last week. Anybody who's excited and wants to try Rocket, make sure you've got the UpRock app installed on your phone, and make sure when you go and you click Rocket down in the bottom bar, make sure that you click on Rocket, which is right here in the center. You'll see right here in the center, you'll see Rocket. And when you click on Rocket, if you see a screen that says T-10 ready for takeoff, like waiting on the launch pad, that means that we've registered your interest. So when this call is done, just like we did last week, and as we did twice over the intervening week, when this call is done, I will look at everybody who has registered that interest, and I'll turn on your accounts.
Yeah.
When I say I will, I'm pulling a little fib. Ridvan is really the one who grants Rocket access. So Ridvan will turn on your accounts, but it's the same. It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
So we've been turning on accounts, and it's been great.
So yeah, if you guys, we don't use OpenRouter, so we're not in their leaderboard. So there's a company called OpenRouter. A lot of people use them for model routing, choosing model. And so they have a leaderboard of which agents in the world are actually, using the most tokens, basically which agents are popular, essentially. And if you go to openrouter.ai, you can see this. So, we just launched a week ago, and I really, not to everybody. I think we've only granted it to under 10,000 people so far, compared to our massive community. And that number, Chris said, around 0.6 billion tokens. That right now, even just on OpenRouter, that would put us at like number 23 already. Like we're already going to crack top 20 productivity agents with just a small subset of UpRockers, and that's pretty awesome. So of us, obviously, I think the actual metric we're going to care about more is not total amount of tokens. I think we really want to care about like total turns, like how many things you prompt, get something back. We want to count other stats like how many recurring scheduled tasks you do. I mean, stuff like that. I think
that is the better one. So one of the things, and this one, Jesse, I've pushed back on you on this, so I'm just going to say it in public where people can see it on the live stream. The number of tokens is great, but one of the things we've done in order to make Rocket affordable for everyone is so much work on being efficient with tokens. So if the only goal is this is what we were talking about earlier about misaligned incentives. If the only thing that mattered was total number of tokens, then I can make that number go really big, really
crazy.
fast. That's actually like the anti-pattern. The whole reason why the economics of this works for UpRock is to keep that number in check, to be really, really efficient with our tokens. And so like Jesse said, I think what's way more important is the number of completed actions. And so like in that case, like that 62,000 number, and we don't really see how that necessarily compares to other agents, but I believe that Rocket is very efficient. So that I can't prove this number, but I think that if the same users were doing the same kind of actions on another open source agent, it might be 3 to 5 times as many tokens that it was consuming. Certainly at least twice as many.
Yeah, because Rocket has access. It really has access to an isolated environment. It can make as basically a computer. Let's keep it simple. Rocket has access to a computer, its own storage. It can make files. It's like OpenClaw. It doesn't have, so what that means is it has the ability to upgrade with skills and powers. We're working on Gmail and Calendar, and so it can do a lot of stuff. And we're just adding more and more features now that's out. And all that capability is coming, and we're just continuing building it out. So what's cool about this is if you look up the word AI agent in Play Store or the Apple Store, and there's a ton of good stuff out there. But if you download any of them, they will limit you pretty quickly. Like after a few prompts, you get a paywall, and that paywall, I've tried them all. The paywall usually is like $6 to $7 a week. So they're all trying to charge $20 to $30 minimum for an AI agent experience. And this is why it prices everyone out, really. Like not many people want to spend 30 to 50 bucks a month on an agent yet, because like I said, it's so new and you don't really know how is it really fitting into my life yet. Like how is it going to change my behavior, and how does it improve my life? How does it bring value to us? And so we take an opposite approach. So that's why we spend so much time attacking every level of the cost curve, like Chris said, and why total number of tokens doesn't matter. It's like we need to make sure like we use the best open source models. We use a variety of different models. There are some tool calls that we do. Some layers of the stack we own. We don't want to outsource that because we know those are great features that other people will charge a lot for. Then we have to charge you a lot for. For example, video search. We know that's going to be I think that's everything around multimodal is an agent's going to need to have to be amazing super agent for you, or super personal assistant. And so for those things, we do that ourselves. And all those little things bring down the cost. So it's like, this is why you can have an amazing experience. And the more capability we add you, it's going to be even more value to your daily life. That's not going to cost like $7 a week just to try it out. But if you just experiment, just download, look up AI agents, and you'll see it yourself. Every single one of those apps I've seen, they will stop you pretty quick. You hit your token limit really fast, and then they upcharge you pretty high around the world. Because they're probably doing it wrong by adding a lot of third-party vendors, and that just adds the price up, jacks it up really quickly. Where we don't think that way. We're like, hey, let's just make this a world of abundance. Let's just get this in everyone's hands and start talking about use cases of how it can impact your life in a positive way. And we can't do that if you can't afford it. You can't even try it. That's stupid. So this is why I think the turns matter. And we're going to talk about the video series, but just getting Rocket to do things. The biggest thing, like if you're wondering how it can impact, like compared to a chatbot, is this thing. Rocket is great about running things in the background and working on tasks and errands. That's like probably the first useful step we can do, is get it to do things while you sleep. I think that's one of the coolest use cases of an agent versus a chatbot.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Sorry, I was on mute.
doing useful tasks and doing things while you sleep. And I got some stories on some usage I've done of Rocket recently, but I'll wait for that till we get to the product updates.
Now, maybe Spaceman should come up because he was talking about.
Yeah, I was about to say let's move it along to that section. All the beta testing we've been doing.
That's perfect.
Do I sound all right?
Yep.
That's okay, good.
Next here is we're going to talk about Rocket AI, the beta process.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been getting great feedback from people. So far, there's been some loading issues. That's definitely been one of the bigger feedbacks. Just infinite loading, and then it just stops. That's definitely been something.
Okay. Good. All right. Yeah.
Background real quick for anyone who's new. We launched the UpRock AI, deployed it to some co-pilots, and so there's about 12,000 testers, and we're asking them to it's kind of like a contribute to earn sort of pool. You're going to earn, there's a 100,000 UPT contributor pool. What we're asking is to do things like send us some useful bugs or reproducible issues. Give us some UX or interface improvement suggestions, some high-value workflow insights, prompt discoveries, and major ecosystem discoveries.
Yeah.
So Spaceman has been working on that with the team, and so he's got a lot of great feedback for us.
Yeah. So if something's hanging up, so one thing in the UI, if you notice, it says it has a little icon to show you it's kind of reasoning or thinking or it's working. Some folks probably want to see a little more details of like the progress bar, especially if it's like a task, like what's the progress bar, and basically how it's just step by step what's happening. A little more details on that. So, right, I'm guessing that would help a lot because you can't. It's hard to know if it's stuck or if it's still actually working on a very complicated.
Yeah, because sometimes it just keeps thinking and thinking and just won't load.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm also getting reports of just people setting up monitors that are just disappearing.
Okay.
So someone will set up a monitor and then they'll ask, and then it'll just disappear and they'll ask, okay, where'd it go?
Yeah.
And then they'll it'll get confused and say, I have no idea where this went.
Yeah. Okay. Tim brought that up last week in the team too. I think Ridvan is on that one as well for sure. Yep. Good one.
Something that I would want is being able to add Helios RPCs to Rocket. That'd be something
Okay.
that I would want. So
Okay.
it can monitor.
So that's a really interesting one. I think the way to do it probably is to actually give Rocket what I'll call like a Solana skill. You know, interestingly, we kind of developed one and then weren't quite sure how to do it. And, you know, the whole question of what can it do on chain or whatever. But for sure, I think it's makes way more sense to start with like a read only one where like, hey, the skill, like, you know, you can put in an RPC, which lets it read on chain, but it can't execute transactions because that's way safer. You know, the risk, of course, is always, oh my God, if your agent has access to your, you know, to your wallet and can actually sign transactions, that's scary. But reading what's going on chain, I'm like a huge fan of adding that. I think that's a great skill to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do it on Claude and I love to use it on Rocket. So
Yeah. Yep. Cool. That's a great one. Yeah. The we with Rocket, you're going to eventually be able to say, "Hey, Rocket, open my Rocket engine or Rocket base." And Rocket will just send you a link. I'll put the link in the chat. That link will actually open a it's Rocket settings. It's kind of its gateway essentially, and from there you'll be able to see a list of upgrades that you can do for Rocket. So that'll be skills or powers. So if you want to add Gmail, if you want to email calendar power, that's coming very soon. We're literally working on the middle of that. So it's going on the next release if the testing work goes well this week. But other skills like that too. The challenge we're going to have is I think there's going to be, for people who are advanced users, should be able to get add any skill to Rocket. And I think just being able to drop in links and say, hey, upgrade yourself with this skill, that should be possible. But for a lot of people, that's a little scary. So I think that is a little scary, even though it's very isolated in sandbox environment. But also you're not spending your time to go out and look for these things, because the places where you find these skills, also those websites are not very consumer friendly. They're actually very developer friendly. Even where you find the skill is very like overly complicated. And so a big part of like what we want to do is to make this really, really friendly for folks is curate some of the really popular ones, make the ones that are safe, popular, really useful, and we'll list those first and make those really easy to install. So you just have like, you can see what's good. Yeah. And then for everyone else that's more advanced, you should be able to just tune your Rocket as you want. And so, but this is a great one for it. Yeah, this is great.
A big one has been chat management. That's been coming up a lot.
Yeah.
People just want to be able to organize it better. I don't know if you want to bring up studios or not.
Yeah. Studios is how we'll do it.
Hold on, I'm going to step out into traffic in front of a truck. Everybody hold tight for a minute.
Yeah, studios is how we'll do it. It is super annoying to have all your tasks get drowned in one chat. But we also don't want to make it so. Okay, here's the problem with. Here's the issue where we want to go with it, because if whoever uses Claude or Codex or any of these or Gemini, when you start getting useful, it starts to blend with personal and work life. But anyway, if you use it a lot, you're using it a lot. And what's the most annoying thing is because a new chat button is so easy to create, you end up having hundreds of chats and things get lost. And you create a new chat on accident, and when you're working on some other thing, the memory is there and it's great, so it kind of remembers from previous chats anyway. But a lot of times, some of the stuff that you're creating, the artifacts, the files, they start to get spread out across a bunch of the conversation gets spread out, and it's super annoying. Everyone who's experienced this will know, like the search experience sucks on all those LLMs. Like they don't work, and it's just unorganized. You go through and then. You go through your chats and you can't find where you went, and that's a UX UI problem. It actually doesn't have to be that way. Whereas like when you say, hey, I need to buy a new car this week, can you find me the best price, blah, 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 blah. Rocket should already know that's a specific task, auto-generate a new studio, call it like car shopping. And anytime it generates new content, files, whatever, it will be organized, pre-organized for you, where any of the content is dumped into that studio. And now if you want to talk in the main chat and say, hey, how's the car shopping going? Be like, yeah, it's going pretty good. I found 5 more new cars that's 10 miles from you. Check it out here. The link to the studio. And it should organize it for you. That's a great personal assistant, right? It's not then it's really useful. You can go there, and that's how almost all the tasks should be. It should just auto task it for you. And then the main chat's the main chat. I think also in the future is like you might prefer Rocket in different surfaces. So you might want to be able to email Rocket, or maybe get an SMS real quick if you get an alert. Maybe you want to connect with Telegram. Like these are things that we're gonna like listen to the community on. Like where do you want to talk to Rocket with? We're gonna make the first class experience in our own app, of course, and that's probably gonna be the best. But sometimes you might just want to get a text message too. But yeah, so that's how we're gonna think about it. If people really, really, really still want to have clear out their main chat or add new chats after we do Studio, then we should explore it. But we don't want to say yes to that until we actually kind of like really knock out this pre-organized, auto-organized studio experience for you guys. And if that really works great, I think this issue would be gone. I hope. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Studio.
Will you just be able to clear anything from the chat, or?
Because right now the studios will function as a chat, but a little more thoughtful new chats, right? If you think about it that way, you're going to be able to you'll be able to delete a new studio and like, okay, I'm done with this car shopping task. It's gone. Delete the studio, right? You don't need it. You bought the car. You might want to keep it for reference, right? You guys, might want to keep it for reference, or maybe in studios in the future, you might want to share it with your family and families. That, hey guys, here's the top 3 options that Rocket found. What do you think? Invite someone into that studio.
Will it remember studios that are deleted?
What's that?
Will it remember studios that are deleted?
Well, this is the challenge, and this is what we'd love to hear from the community. What do you guys want? How do you guys want it to work? So for me, the way I really think of a Rocket or a studio is almost as like a different personality. So I've said this before, if I message Jesse or Jen with something funny at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I talk to them at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for work, I'm still talking to the same person at the at the end of the day. And so in that regard, that's why I say that studios are truly like different people or different personalities almost. It's not like, in some ways, I think overall for the agent to really get to know you as well as possible, you don't necessarily want to separate, between like different studios too much. Now, I do understand the organization problem and so on, but that's the real thing. I sort of think that deleting and I definitely want to give people, here's the thing, studios aren't expensive to keep, right? The storage is super efficient, so it's fine if you want to just have a studio that kind of goes on vacation for a while. That's cool. But I think that truly deleting a studio is kind of like unfriending somebody. You're done.
Chris, here's how I think about it. If you're with your own person, let's say it's a real life personal assistant, and you work together, say, hey, like, for example, the car buying, and they go out and just spend the weekend to find some stuff for you, and that's a project, and say, hey, I dumped a bunch of stuff in a folder, it's in your email or shared Dropbox or something. That's what your personal assistant does. Cool, thanks a lot. And then once you buy the car, you're done. Say, all right, let's just clean up. Can you clean up things? And then you delete the file. You don't want your personal assistant to just like become a goldfish and like never remember to help you buy a car. So like you may want to delete all the data of the search just from yourself. Like you don't need that Excel or that little dashboard or whatever, the data that you created with your assistant went out and fetched for you. But you still want your personal assistant to remember that, once like months ago it helped you buy a car. Because if you ever want to say, hey, I need my car repaired, the personal assistant will be like, oh yeah, the one that you bought, got you. Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna look for. I already know exactly the model because I remember that. So I think I think people don't want their life to be cluttered for a bunch of stuff that you want to be able to delete from with the data. But the memory of what Rocket did for you, that should always, I think, remain. And I think the future it's going to be like this with so much of your kind of mini generative content you create. Because as long as Rocket can fetch really amazing data, which is the hardest part of the whole thing, if it can work all weekend and know how to unblock blocks and just get stuff, and you know just that it's best possible to find the best price near you. That's amazing. That's the hardest part. But once that data comes in, then you can generate any version of that presentation that you want. So it can be a dashboard for some, it can be a very simple list and a table for some. It could just be like super simple text that you want push notifications on your phone. And then a lot of these like very they're gonna be like lightweight apps that are throwaway. You won't really care to throw away the app you just built, because it's gonna be purposeful for content for that task. And I think that's going to happen a lot, because the generative part of AI is so good at that you don't care if you won't really care. You made this amazing app with your family about buying cars. It'll be good for that moment, and then you just throw that code away. You just don't care anymore. You just throw that studio away. That task is done. That's how I think it's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to have like Jen has a use case. She wants to create a command center for fitness, right? Right. And
I want to make a command center, because so I was using Rocket last night for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys a little background on me, a little personal information. I am a woman of a certain age that is entering a certain transition in her life.
Okay.
And that means that carbs don't process the way that they used to. Workouts don't work the way they used to. My pants don't fit very well anymore, despite working out all the time. So like, this is a big life change, and there's so much information out there. I have to learn, like, okay, this is the new way you need to fuel your body. This is the new way that you need to structure your workouts. These are the things that you should focus on, and not even just your workout. You have to worry about your hormones and your cortisol levels and all this stuff, right? It's a whole bunch of new information that is flooding me all at once. And it's really hard to make use out of it, or, to structure my day structure my plan of attack with all that information. So I want to use Rocket. I'm using Rocket for that, to help me. What is my workout plan? What is my sleep hygiene plan? What do I do to lower my cortisol levels? All of this stuff. And it's great in chat, but it's also not very useful. I want to have a dashboard where I can have, okay, here's my meal plan for Rocket helps me with my meal plan for the week, gives me the recipes, checks in with me morning and night. How did you sleep? Here's what you're going to do today. Here's the workouts you're going to do. Here's the food that you're going to eat every Sunday. Here's your meal prep. This is what I think you should make. Here are all the recipes. And then I can also keep track of my macros. I can keep track of my progress, how I'm, just all that stuff in a dashboard instead of just a chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
would be incredible. And that's a very great example of how I would use that. Well, great for me. That is how I would use Studios.
Yeah. So you'd have basically a Rocket would fetch this insight stack, very specific, kind of like NavBite or Burger Core that we showed last week. But yours would be personal data around your health and around your health, and fitness. But what makes the whole thing amazing is the data. It's always the data first. And so Rocket needs to go out and fetch this stuff all the time. And in Jen's case, Rocket should automatically know, I'm going to create the studio called Jen's Fitness Command Center. Mm-hmm. And she's not going to want to delete that studio anytime soon. She just wants to adapt it so that every day it's like it changes based on like, hey, Rocket, I don't like this meal plan. Like, switch it up. I prefer.
Or, hey, Rocket, my knee hurts today. Let's adjust what I'm working. Yeah. It's my personal fitness coach, my nutritionist.
Yeah.
All of this together. And not only would I not want to delete this, because this is the lifestyle. This is a new lifestyle for me. It's going to be going through this transition for a while. Not only do I not want to delete it, I'd also want to share it with other women who are going through the same thing.
Yeah. So that's why that's why we designed this, the structure of the data to be remixable and shareable. This is the difference between all other agent frameworks and networks. They're all siloed, where everyone's doing the same research over and over again. Power of this network is like, if you want to share it, you need to make it in a form, you need to design it in a way that it is shareable and remixable. And that's very, very important. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
But I mean, here's the thing, and this gets to the whole conversation management to bring this all back. An insight stack is this is one of my, I feel like, big feelings. Jesse, I say this to you all the time. There is no spoon. There is no difference between a rocket and an Insight stack. An Insight stack is a rocket. It's just a very special rocket. It's a rocket that's optimized for one thing, but it has its own memory and everything else. And so sharing it and remixing it is just forking it. I mean, that's the one thing that's different between Rocket and instances of Rocket and your friends. You can't just fork your friend and make a new instance of them when you need them to go do something else, just like you can with like you can with Rocket. And so that's why I think, that's where we talk about studios versus, an Insight stack is just like a separate buddy. That's like your Insight stack buddy. So you can share it with other people. You can share it with other people without its memory, so that its memory is for you only, and only its actions that it's distilled are available for other people, and so on. So that's how you tie those things together.
Yep. So if you guys so Rocket, you'll always have your main maestro, your co-buddy, co-pilot, your personal assistant Rocket that will remember all of these things. But every time you create a new Insight stack, that actually is another Rocket. That's actually another instance of Rocket. It's another AI. And so it's a very simple way of you're creating sub agents without having to explain that to you and making it overly complicated. It's like, hey, this is my job. This is not my job. This is a task I want. Here's a life goal I want to accomplish, or here's how I can enrich my life. Here's the data I want to improve my day, essentially. And Rocket, its job is like, cool, I got you. I have a tool that I can generate. I can whip up another Rocket that's going to do this. That's going to just focus on an Insight stack just for you. And now I'm going to pre-organize it and say this studio is going to have this other sub Rocket just run all day long, finding health and fitness tips and any new articles, and I can do semantic video search. So any kind of every daily inspiration from TikTok or YouTube, I can drop those into the dashboard. But that's what that Rocket does. And so the main Rocket will always be able to organize all these little sub Rockets of tasks that are happening for you in the background. This is why I think studios are powerful. And if the task is done and you don't like it cluttered on your screen, or like you said, some of these apps are going to be thin apps. You don't really care if they disappear, and you just want to get rid of it. And you can get rid of it, but the main Rocket will always remember it did for you, because that context will matter over time. That's what makes a personal assistant amazing, because it should just remember things forever. Like I know you bought a car last year. This is why you need to buy a new one, or you want to get a car oil change, because I helped you buy that car last year. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the idea of just going back to my dashboard, because it's been on my head, in my mind for all night. But having this is the workout you're going to do today. Here are videos of the moves that you're going to do, right? And then using the semantic video search, it can find routines that match what my workouts are for the day, and just give that to me every morning. Would be fabulous. And additionally, in the future, would be fabulous. I don't know if I'm going to give Christopher a headache suggesting this on live, but it would be great in the future if I could also record myself and upload it, and have Rocket's semantic video search analyze. Hey, your form was bad here. Judging this from other videos from professionals, looking at yours, and analyze your form was not good here. This is what you need to improve, and this is all the sources that I have. Rocket has of this is how you should be doing a Romanian deadlift.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's funny, we make jokes about this all the time. That's actually easy. That's easy. All the hard things we've done. Making a watch video is really hard. Making it analyze a video, it's funny how sometimes people whose real wheelhouse is design, where I can say hey, could you imagine this, and you're like, Chris, it's impossible. There's not enough pixels on the screen. This is one of those where you're like, oh, I bet this is going to be hard. But no, actually, that's easy. That's totally doable.
Yeah,
you probably honestly don't even need to make any changes. You could probably once we roll out the version of Rocket that has video uploads, where you can upload videos instead of just sending them via a URL. It'll probably just work. Just tell it what you want. And it'll probably just honestly, try this out in a week or two when we have video uploads working, because I think it'll just work.
Yeah, really? And that's a good point.
Maybe not, but we'll find out. It's not a big change.
Yeah, that's a big part of a great personal assistant is it needs to be able to be an amazing note taker of anything you throw at it, and it needs to be because this is great context. It'll just more relevant, more personalized experience. So whether it's a voice note, like if you just want to like, hey, I just thought of something. Don't forget, voice note, Rocket, take that. And you should be able to just send it to Rocket. That's context. If you're at a beach and you're like, oh my God, I love this beach, take a video, upload to Rocket. It's like, hey, I love this place. Just remember this. I really love this place. Like, I want you to not forget this place because I've been wanting to go on a vacation and this place is perfect. Here's a quick video. You should be able to just add context to Rocket that easy, which is why file uploads matter. And so that is really important, because then whether it's images, video, or voice, all those little things dropping a screenshot from another, people do screenshots all day long. Like, hey, Rocket, what's your opinion on this? Like, all that matters. And anyway, I think that's what makes it so powerful.
I'm gonna share. So I was testing a version of Rocket. So right now the version that everybody has our web deep research and has the crawler and other things. It doesn't have VSS, the video search, yet, but I was testing a version that did. So I picked up this rental car yesterday, I think, and I picked it up in Austin, and I was like, as I was standing in line, I was like, I kind of don't want a shitty rental car. But here's the thing. I don't know cars that well. Like I have, dream cars, but none of them come from the rental car company. So I just want a car that kind of doesn't suck. So I was like, hey, Rocket, can you find out if I'm renting this rental car from this company in Austin, like what they might have available and what I should ask for that's like a nice car, for within the class that I booked. And so it didn't just do web research and found some stuff on Reddit. So many people have been in the US for the World Cup. It actually found some like TikTok video from somebody complaining about their rental car. So it turns out the 2026 Chevy Blazer apparently really sucks, according to some European guy. And it like watched it, and then it checked the website and it tied it all together. And it's like, here's the ones you should ask for. And based on this social media post that somebody posted 2 or 3 weeks ago, here's what I saw in the background as they were walking through the garage and what they might have in stock at the Austin location. And sure enough, the first car they gave me was a Blazer. And I was like, I heard some bad things about this. Do you have one of these other ones? And they gave me this Hyundai, which is freaking awesome. And they like had one of them left. But like Rocket just, I didn't ask it to do this. I didn't even think to ask it to do video search for that one, to be honest. I just gave it a little voice note, and while I was standing in line and doing the paperwork. And but it absolutely so much validated for me what I've been saying online, which is so much of the information that people want exists on video, not just on text. And it picked up what vehicles were in the lot just by like watching what was in the back of somebody's TikTok video.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Very useful.
And I saw a question.
We're bringing video search to everyone's Rocket soon. One will be rolling out probably in another week or two. There's a lot to do to get it working, but for everyone.
Yep. I saw a comment earlier. I'm just going to answer it right now. Do you earn rewards for using Rocket? Yes. The answer is going to be yes. It's a highly competitive space out there. You're going to get a lot more value out of just using Rocket too, but it's a great discovery and acquisition tool for us to reward you on boosts and things, and also it helps us learn how to make Rocket better. So that answer is yes. Like, we want you to ask the questions, do tasks, like really stress test it, all those things. Like, this is the whole thing about engaging with the community, like build in public, and we want you to use it and do feature requests, things like that, because the more you do that, the faster we can make this awesome. And so we will reward you for your time, as we always have, because I think Deepin is the world's best reward program, and Agentic Deepin is the world's most rewarding agent, and that's what.
And Spaceman actually said it earlier as well. I think this was in an internal chat, but he said, "Hey, it would be great if it could tell you a little bit more that it can do web research and video search and stuff, because you kind of have to push it to do that now." And I think that's an interesting point. We've been really trying to balance, and Jesse says all the time, like, "Oh, okay, it should advertise that it can do this and do that," and I'm always a little cautious, because I want Rocket to be super helpful and just do the things that it does really well, but without having to annoy you all the time. Like, hey, I can do a trick. Hey, I can do a trick. So like trying to find that right line. So anybody who's using Rocket, please give us feedback. Oh, we're bringing a new thing to Rocket. It's rolling out soon. That at any time you can tell Rocket, hey, open a trouble ticket, and it will automatically send a ticket that'll get categorized to help us see like what was frustrating about Rocket. So anytime that Rocket doesn't do what you want, doesn't mean, even it's not just when it really f's up. Even if it's just like okay, but like a little bit meh, just ask it to open. Once that rolls out, you'll all get notified when that rolls out. Ask it to open a trouble ticket. It makes it a lot easier to see exactly where to focus. But like especially if you know that Rocket can do a certain kind of search, but Rocket doesn't do it until you ask. When you first ask a question, Rocket gives a generic answer, and then you have to say, like, hey, use web research, and then it gives a good answer. That's an example where it should be a little more proactive. So I definitely want Rocket to be proactive, but I don't want it to be annoying. Like, that's a super hard line to walk, and it's one that we're tuning every day. But all of the tasks that you guys are doing is definitely making that a lot better. I've definitely analyzed, I've already found a few hundred examples of tasks where it should have just, instead of asking if you wanted the right answer, it should have just given you the right answer, done what it needed to do to give the right answer the first time. So nothing is more annoying than it asking you if you want the answer to something you already asked for. But the second thing that's annoying after that is when it bugs you that it can do something that you obviously don't need it to do. So like you really got to balance those two.
Yeah. I did find this not necessarily happening so much with Rocket, but when I was using ChatGPT, it'd be like I'm asking for advice or, you know, having a conversation, and it always suggests things that it can do afterwards. Like, would you like me to make this into a schedule for you? Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, that's great. And then once it does, and then it says, would you like me to do this other thing? And then it does it. I'm like, okay, fine. It does it. And then once it does, it goes, would you like me to do this other thing? I'm like, I just want you to stop. Just stop. No, you're so helpful. Please stop.
It's in dad mode with a road trip. It's like, kids, you sit over there. You sit over there. Stop talking.
Yeah, I want it to be, just, you're good. You're good now. We're done. But anyway, let's move on.
You can.
Okay.
You can ask Rocket the prompt to write a prompt for itself to do what you want using layman's terms. 100%.
Rocket is very good. Rocket is very good at prompting itself. And one thing you can do, this might actually be a good one to show as like a tutorial video. You can ask Rocket you can sort of say, hey, Rocket, I have this task and I really, let's talk about it for a while. And then have Rocket ask you questions about it and give you examples of how it would work and iterate on that until it's good. And then say, hey, Rocket, write that down as a persistent skill in your memory. And it can actually write down the exact set of steps that it needs to do to succeed as a skill file. And then in the future, you can say, hey, Rocket, use the whatever skill. And so this is actually, when we say that it has a persistent memory and that it lives in a persistent environment, this is what we mean. It can rewrite its own skills. It can also, for anybody out there who wants to go a little bit crazy, your Rocket, every Rocket, has the capability to rewrite its own personality based on feedback from you. So its personality evolves over time. It is not fixed. It is obviously set by me to start with. It is, trained by me up to the age of a pup. But from here on out, it is your pup to raise how you like. So you can affirmatively, its personality will evolve very slowly over time on its own. But if there's something you specifically don't like about your Rocket, you can tell it to change it, and it can do it right now. You can radically rewrite its personality if you want. Although I caution you, we have done a lot of testing to try to make it helpful and useful. So if you rewrite it too radically, you may go off the rails a little bit. But it can rewrite its personalities.
Cool.
Personality.
So Spaceman, before we move on, anything else you'd like to share on this topic?
I'd love to be able to type on a keyboard with it.
Type on a keyboard. Okay. Multi-platform.
He means desktop.
Yeah. Honestly, we are mobile. Yeah, I
know we're mobile.
I need it too for my command center.
I agree.
Desktop.
Honestly,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. It's not that big a deal. Here's the thing. Making the desktop UI is really a job that AI, aka Rocket, and other AIs can do. I think where I want to be, but I want to say not as far as maybe people are worried about, because the actual UI for it was pretty well understood. The thing is, I don't want to actually generate it until we've sort of settled some of the things that are in flux with the beta, some of the things that are changing really, really fast. But yeah, I agree with you. And realistically, the reason I agree with you is because I super agree with you, and I like typing on the keyboard and not on the phone way better. So you're going to get it. I'm not going to give you a date right now, but you are definitely almost certainly going to get it because I want it to. And that's the biggest motivating factor for us to get this done.
Not just typing too. Like some of the output, when I've done daily tasks, I actually just want to access the data Rocket fetches on my other devices, because I have to right now you're copy pasting things, which is a little annoying. So yeah, we all want that, Spaceman, for sure. There's, like I think Chris said, like the harness itself, some of the core pieces of the harness, we're getting so much feedback that is changing the core harness a lot. And so we want to really get that right. And then we can bring it to UpRock.com where you can log in and access your main chat there.
Yeah.
And yeah, for Rocket, it'll probably actually be on the website and not in the app. I'm not sure that there's a ton of benefit to running it. Well, I mean, there are benefits to running it in. We'll see. Anyway, on that topic, I know we're getting a little off topic here, but there's another desktop update coming last week, as I said there would be. So, and that one is also a prerequisite to bringing Rocket to the desktop. So when that comes out in the next couple of days, that'll be clearing the decks for us to bring Rocket to desktop when the time is right.
Okay.
Wonderful. All right, well, let's move on, guys. Well, we're still going to be talking about Rocket and talking about AI, but we've been doing this series about the AI watching series, and so different verticals on how you can use UpRock's video semantic search. Last week we talked about fitness. The first week we talked about travel. Last week we talked about fitness. In fact, this week we just talked about fitness. Jesse, I'm going to mute you because I can hear myself in your.
Okay.
This week I talked about fitness and how I would like to use video semantic search for my fitness goals with my UpRock, my Rocket Command Center. And this week we're going to talk about food. The reason why I would need the fitness videos because I'm eating too many burgers. So we've got I got to meet you again, Jesse. I'm sorry. This is a vertical for the UpRock's video semantic search, watching cooking videos. So I want Rocket to help me find workout videos after Rocket helps me find cooking videos, like the best burger, how to make a perfect burger. Although I don't need Rocket for that because we got Tim here in Seattle. Tim makes the best burgers. I say that every week. I know. But authentic carbonara, Christopher, I think this is kind of this is definitely up your alley because you love to cook.
Literally, several of the videos that I used as my sort of golden examples for development, like these must work properly, were cooking videos. Hashtag Chef John.
Yeah, he's wonderful. You're always sharing Chef John's for years. That's your favorite. But in fact, thinking about my command center that I'm building for myself using Rocket and UpRock's AI tools. Actually, I would use video semantic search for not only workouts, but for this as well, because I said I would want my command center to Rocket to provide me recipes, like a meal prep and recipes for the week. And this is how I would use it. So I love that we're doing this every week. We're showing different verticals. Different ways to utilize the video semantic search because I can already, with what I'm building for myself, there's already at least 2 verticals I would use this search for. It's so before we started this series because we would have questions that would pop up where people would ask, well, okay, how would I use that? And truly, it's so ubiquitous. You would use video search for so many things, but because it's so new, you don't think about how would I use video search.
Yeah, you honestly already do it. You don't think about it, but anytime you make a decision, you're going to TikTok or YouTube to find a video for it. In this case, you're going to be drowned with video. I mean, there's so much content out there. And so the idea of a personal assistant is it can watch a bunch of stuff for you. And also if it knows what kind of videos and channels you like, it will proactively continually index them so that if it surfaces something and finds something that you like, you might think you might like or find interesting, it'll be like, hey, it can just add it to your daily brief or as evidence for something you need to make a decision on. Or whatever the purpose is. But your personal assistant needs to be able to watch the videos you like. And that's the point here. So it'll save you time. That's the biggest, probably one of the biggest value adds here. It's like it can just go on the internet and watch all day and find the exact moments because you still want to watch it most of the time, but at least it can find the moments for you and save you hours of searching because it can do it on your behalf. Yeah. That's the cool thing about it.
I just also want to share the cute little video that Roz. Oops. I accidentally made the video big. I want to share the cute video that Roz made on Grok of this. Just bear with me real quick, and then I'll be fast. I'll be fast out of here. Here we go. Look how cute. Can I make that big? Does it look big for you now?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Look at that burger. He got little paws. He can't pick up the whole burger. Anyway, that's so cute.
That is cute. That has good street food vibes in that little video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's adorable. Anyway, so guys, stay tuned. Next week we'll have another, another episode, another vertical for how you could use a video semantic search. I keep wanting to say semantic video search. That feels like it rolls off the tongue better, but it's video search.
Yeah. So, and in the app itself, we will have some fun little reward campaigns for dropping video links into Rocket. So that's coming soon. We want Rocket to get better at watching videos, and also every time you add a video, it gets publicly indexed. So if someone else wants to watch the same video, we don't have to spend the time on re-indexing it. It'll just be instant. And so we want this to be community. This has to be community driven. We don't want to know. We don't know. We can't just have a small team decide which videos to index and what's popular. It's like the whole power of this is actually having a public index and make it fun while we're building it, and make it rewarding too. So you can earn some UPT very soon by just contributing your time to like share what videos and channels you like popular on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys, we are hour and 25 minutes in.
Okay.
And you know what? I actually just noticed I haven't been seeing the letters of the week in the chat that much this week. QR. And maybe I was joking in previous weeks of like, you guys, you flood the chat with QR requests. But now that hasn't happened this week, and so I kind of realized I kind of forgot to do it earlier. So I think
people have been asking.
I mean, not as much. I guess they have been, but not as much.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't know. Do you think it's time for QR code?
Yes, definitely. Let's do it.
Time for QR
I've been waiting.
Skim that code.
Yes, Rock is pointing you exactly where to go. So here you go, guys. What this is, if you are new here, is every week, if you are watching the live stream, and you have UpRock installed or you have your Android device, you can scan this QR code and you will get a front row badge. And you will get a boost that will last on your earn rate that will last for 7 days. So this QR code, this link lasts for let's see, 10.5 hours. It's expires at 5:30 a.m. UTC. So go ahead and scan this on your Android device. You must be on an Android device, and it's helpful if you already have UpRock installed. If you're getting a 404, that's because you are not scanning this on an Android. What this will do is it will open the UpRock app, check you in, and you get your boost. If you don't have UpRock installed already on your Android, then it will give you it will take you to Google Play to install UpRock, at which point you'll have to scan it again. Okay, so just it's just helpful to already have it installed. Now, if you don't want to scan a QR code, or if you here we go, here's the link. If you don't want to scan a QR code, or if you are on a Saga or Seeker device, then you can follow this link. Now, just a moment, please, while I scan my QR code and get my boost. Did you guys do yours yet?
I already did mine.
I already did mine. I'm in.
Oh, yes. You guys are really fast. Okay, I have to find.
Well, you were talking. I had time to see. I'm in. I had time to.
True.
I had time to go pull up Rocket while I was doing that. By the way, yeah, this is good. This is good. You know what I realized, guys? I have a confession to make. I effed up really bad.
How?
2 weeks ago, when I was in the airport doing live stream, I was doing it on my phone, and I meant to go scan the QR code after, and I forgot. So on this one,
dang,
I am like.
That's
so
super
mad
annoying.
at myself.
You lost your streak. That's super annoying.
I really, really did. I am so mad at myself.
And you were here too.
I was on the damn stream and I forgot to scan the QR code.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'll pour salt on your wound. I have 14 front rows. And you might be asking, like, how the hell do you have 14 front rows? We haven't done this 14 times. That's because I was testing And I gave myself a couple of front rows. I was testing because I was like, because we had a Destiny issue, and so I was like,
you
okay.
see now you shouldn't say things like this. I can fix that for you. Hold on.
No. Leave it. I need it for testing. I need to know that shut up, Christopher. Don't you have somewhere to be?
I do have somewhere to be. Let's wrap it up. But you say something like, "Oh, I got extra badges," right after I admit that I forgot one and I did the honorable thing and didn't go give it to myself. And you're like, "Oh, I got extra badges." Yeah. Watch those badges. Where's your badges now, Jen?
That is so rude. Instead of taking away, you could just give yourself.
No, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. I need to remember what I've done. I need to have the one less to remind myself that it's important. You can't forget. Get it right. That's why we do things the right way.
He's an honest a colossal pain in my ass.
Yeah, well, that's how it's always been. Shall we move on to some questions?
Let's do some quick product updates. I think we already.
Oh yes, product updates
mostly, but we have some that we haven't addressed yet. So, Christopher, what you got?
Well, the big one is what do we have? So desktop's out. You guys should have gotten the update actually on the last live stream. Another one is in testing right now. The next one, as I said before, won't change anything except it'll have the whole universal build tag thing, et cetera, for some people who.
We had some people tag us on Twitter about that issue, some issues, so we fixed it. Yeah.
It's all just build things, not actual change. Couple tiny bug fixes. And then obviously lots and lots of Rocket updates have been going out. Now those you mostly won't see a Android app update or any app update because the Rocket updates are mostly in the Rocket engine. However, there will be coming very soon some more UI updates. Specifically, one thing that I've noticed that really annoys my OCD is that when Rocket sends Markdown text, it doesn't always format it properly with the the italics and the bold and stuff like that. So that's all getting fixed with new Markdown formatting. That is going to be an app update. And then we've continued to go back and forth with Apple. Gosh, I really thought.
Oh, by the way, the last thing they actually Apple community guys, iOS. The last thing they said to us was really specific. They're like, you need to change your app icon. Super annoying.
It was dumb.
Because they said there's an existing listing, even though it's been gone, that has the same icon, and you can't have another app that has the same icon because it's considered spam. It's like, guys, it's our app. But instead of arguing with them, which is a nightmare,
told us to make a new listing.
So you told us to make a new listing. So anyway, then we're just so tired of it. We created a new icon. It looks kind of like UpRock, the original UpRock icon, but it is different enough that at least we can get in and like move on, because that was the only thing they cared about. So I feel like the last time it took a week to get just that one proof. So I'm thinking that by this weekend, as long as I can't see why they complain about anything else, that will finally be live. That's all they said. They said change your icon. So that's pretty like.
Watch, the next one's going to be like, you got to change your app name because it's too similar to another app.
Yeah, no, we did change the app name. We call it UpRock Rocket AI, which we used to call it Rocket AI Reward Wallet or something like that. So the name is changed. So I think, maybe by next Monday, they responded to us.
It took them 8 months.
Huh?
It only took 8 months for them to just.
Isn't that crazy? It's nuts. So yeah, I think that's so excited about.
Does one of us have an ex?
Yeah.
Like an spouse or an ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend who works on the team that really hates us?
Honestly, it's T-Mobile. That's our annoying ex. Screw that company. They fucked us over so bad. But yeah. Anyway, all they asked was the icon. So that's there. And like Chris said on Android, this right now the next release we're going. There's going to be a to-do. A reward to-do list. So if you do stuff like connect your Google, add a video.
Well,
that's going to be that's
coming, but that may or may not be in the next actual release. People see, they may see some of the rendering releases first, and then they'll see that afterwards. I'm not sure, but there's multiple new Android releases coming, and of course, there's Rocket updates going out almost every single day.
The nice thing about Rocket is like the whole point of the fuel engine and the Rocket fuel engine, it is that we can ship files and update it in the background without having to do a client release, which is cool. It was actually the powerful thing about the whole the Rocket fuel engine. So yeah, those are coming, but yeah, there's going to be some onboarding tips, like you guys said. It'd be great if Rocket explained all the powers it has. So we want to have some fun with that. So there's an onboarding experience that's going to actually have you discover some of its core features, like video, tasks, scheduled tasks, etc., and have some little fun with that. So that's coming. Excited about that. And if you guys didn't notice, the UpRock.com, the public pages have been nicely cleaned up and new. Everything behind sign in, the dashboard's also in progress. So you're going to see a brand new some TLC on the dashboard itself, which has been long overdue. Even though there's not.
I guess one more big thing as well is anybody who's actually using the VSS, the video search service, in the UpRock MCP or via our APIs, you will have noticed a significant improvement in performance and speed on that. So we know that when it worked, it was great, but that it failed too often to successfully watch a video. So that has gotten way more reliable, and we're still working on it. We've had, I think, 2 releases on that since the last live stream, and probably doing another one tomorrow. So we're going to just keep cranking on that. The more people use it, the more we see where there's places where we can do better.
Yeah.
I see somebody just noticed in the comments that it's gotten better. Sorry, Spaceman, what were you saying?
It's still timing out for me.
Yeah.
Well, did you tell Claude to actually wait? Ping me later. There's this thing on Claude where you might have to uninstall it and reinstall it, or it stays pinned at a certain version. It doesn't auto update, I think. Because that video you sent me for testing loaded fine for me. So if it didn't, it's for sure cached. So if it's not loading for you, then it's just literally looking at the old version.
I'll just make a whole new MCP.
Yeah, probably the best way to test that. If that's a thing that happens in Claude, that's super annoying. We're going to have to then tell our customers when they have to refresh it. But yeah, anyway, if it still doesn't work, let me know. I'll check it. But anyway, that's that.
Yep.
And then question time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, wait, hang on. Before we do, just real quick, I just want to give a quick reminder that every week there is in addition to this call, the other group, the Deep Pioneers group, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC does a call on Discord, a cat call, and that includes a weekly cargo drop of 0.75 SOL every week. And what you have to do to qualify is it gets sent to 3 random participants. You have to have hold a Deep Pioneers cat. And you have to join the Discord and join the weekly weekly drop. So go get yourself a cat and do that. This segues us into our Q&A because somebody asked earlier about what is here you go. Shop Gamers asked what should I focus on first, Deep Pioneers or UpRock AI? I'd like to know about Deep Pioneers and what they do.
Okay. Deep Pioneers is a DPIN-backed NFT community. So if you're bullish on DPIN projects like UpRock, there's other projects like Helium and GeoNet. All those tokens are actually in the bundle. So when you buy this NFT, you're actually buying a bundle of tokens too. And one of those also is a liquid staking token, fancy word for a token that actually generates yield, like a savings account kind of. And so that's what that project is about. So in the community, in the Discord, people talk about new DPIN projects they're interested in, but also it's just a lot of fun. So it's if you're bullish on DPIN, it's Space Cowboy Cats because DPIN is the frontier of crypto, and Cowboy Cats are cats are curious, and it's a lot of fun to have a PFP that represents DPIN. So there was actually none out there before we created this one. I'm not sure if there's even still proper DPIN NFT that represents like DPIN and so much DPIN is also AI and crypto now. But that's what that NFT represents. And then what they do weekly is when you join the NFT, if you're a member, they give out prize. So the yield that the project creates every week, they give out a raffle. As long as you join the Discord and and you're an NFT holder, they choose one lucky winner, and it's just it's that simple. Every week someone gets almost $100 worth of SOL, 0.75 depending on the price of SOL. I think it's right now what that means, so 60 or something. So it's a good deal, and they just give out to one person, and the chances of winning are pretty high because I think the folks who are joining, it's like only a few thousand that actually participate in the contest versus like 10,000 NFTs. I think we burned some, so I think it's 8,000 to 9,000 total NFTs now, but the chances of winning are way better than a lottery. So I just have a lot of fun with it, and that's what that represents. So if you notice my Twitter account and our account on our PFPs here, we all have our Space Cowboy Cats as our PFP, and yeah, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. So you can go to deepioneers.com if you want to learn more about the tokenomics and the details behind NFT. But honestly, it's just fun. Art is amazing. The community is really fun. This weekly prize thing is pretty cool. It's really simple, and it's a really easy way to just join in and get some have a chance to win.
Perfect. And that just segues just into this question, or I guess kind of answers, will there be any NFTs in the future? And you were talking about UpRock, but don't worry about the future. The future is now because there's NFTs with the Deep Pioneers group. So you can go get yourself a cat, head over to deepioneers.com to adopt a cat or mint a cat, and then join the Discord. And then every week, get enter in for your chance to win part of that 0.75 SOL that's being given away every Wednesday.
Yep.
All right, let's go into some more Q&A. Well, because I know that I saw that this was being addressed in the chat, but Christopher, Spaceman, you were talking about issues with withdrawals.
Oh yeah, that's totally fixed. That was just the combination of added gas, and then that was causing things not to work properly and whatever. Anyway, it's all fixed. All of the pending withdrawals are processed. Anybody who had a pending withdrawal that wasn't processed, try it again. But I double checked. I'm pretty sure all pending withdrawals that were approved went through already. So you should just see your transactions have landed on chain. But if anybody's didn't, please try it again. It should all be working. Everything's working. We're seeing the transactions go through now. So sorry that was broken for a little bit, but it's all back up and running.
Yep.
Okay, great, perfect. Let's move on to well, let's go into some hard news. Why did the token drop so sharply? We talked about this a couple weeks. You guys may have noticed there was a big change in the token price. Christopher, Jesse, I think you guys can explain this.
Yeah, I can explain real quick again. One of the funds, so a lot of DeepIn projects from last year, or funds actually, failed. UpRock's still strong, still growing, but one fund failed that backed many DeepIn projects, including ours. And I don't know if they went bankrupt or what, but they failed, and they had to liquidate. And their I guess part of their contract is they had to dump tokens from their entire portfolio, which is super annoying because they didn't warn us, because we would have totally bought it back. And they just did it. And it wasn't just us, it was a lot of other projects. So it's kind of, honestly, it's a little fucked up. They hurt a lot of their community projects, but without telling anybody. And that's what happened there. So that's it. They
sold about 4 million. Do they have any more?
So we're still talking to them if they do, but they're really slow. They know that we would like to buy it back. So that's where it's at. And we've already made the offer. So yeah, but that's what happened. It wasn't anything else. And as far as anything else goes today, we are we're Solana tokens. So Solana is down pretty hard. Almost actually every token's down because the Solana is down. So that's just the price of entry in crypto. As Solana goes back, and I do feel like the vibe has shifted though, but it takes time. I don't know if it's a full on bull, it's not, obviously it's not yet. We're nowhere near all-time highs with Solana, but I do feel like the vibe shift is coming back. I feel like some of the community members are just a little more positive right now, but it will take some time for the entire ecosystem.
Well, it's kind of the height of the summer in the northern hemisphere when markets tend to kind of be a little bit twitchy and chug along, and I think we'll see in more September which way the market is really going.
Yeah,
probably that's my that's not expert analysis, just a vibe, but that's what we'll see.
Yeah.
So
So that's it, man. That's happened. And always, so our job is to continue build features, and like I said, like a big part of utility UPT is being able to swap your UPT for Rocket AI inference or for more features, and that will become next. But first step is like in beta program, just get people to try it, use it for free, and stuff like that. So, so we have a plan. We're gonna keep working, keep building.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna breeze through these the remaining questions pretty quickly so we can wrap up since we're already at a minute, an hour and 45.
Okay.
Ray asks, will receipt scanning come to Europe? What this is magic receipts where you can scan a receipt from when you went shopping and get a reward for it. And particularly if there is an offer for an item that you bought, you get a pretty good reward for it. But no, there's no plans for it to go to Europe because
no time soon.
Yeah, it's usually just North America. And when I say North America, I mean like US and maybe Canada. It doesn't seem like it's a thing that is that is available.
Eventually, it's something we could bring to Europe, but it requires finding new partners for the data and everything else. And so that's a really long process. And because each country in Europe is typically a different market with a different language, it's really, really hard. It's, you know, in North America, you have a huge common market and stuff like that. So it's a lot more effective to build it out for now. Yeah. So that's where that's at.
Kay also asked in regards to front row, will there be a bonus for getting all the front rows? No, not specifically for getting all the front rows, because the bonus is that you get the, you check in, you get your bonus. But we have been working on a daily check-in one where you open the app every day. Now that actually is going to make, internally we were talking about making some changes to that. So instead of, originally it was you open the app and you hit a check-in button, right? But now we have Rocket, and it can be just open the app and interact with Rocket. Rocket. So that is in the future.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see. Kay, also you said you had some issues with the game from My Chips. It looks like you had a pretty hefty reward. Spaceman told you in the comments, please open the ticket again. I'm also curious about that as well, because you said it was from My Chips, and also it was really great. So I'm going to play that game myself. Last question.
Yeah, and Kay, we'll take care of that. So if that happens to you, just reopen. We will make sure you're taken care of. Okay.
I want that reward too. That was a really good reward. Okay, and the last question before we wrap up here is: will there be more can you do more ads in the UpRock app so we can do more contribution per hour? Well, it doesn't really work that way. The way it is that you watch the 3 videos a day. Because of our tokenomics, you can find it on uprock.com/tokenomics. We get paid for any video that you watch because of the tokenomics. That also goes back to you in terms of the reward, in terms of buyback, all that stuff. It's all in there. So whatever revenue we bring in, it also gets shared with the is the token healthier. So it doesn't make your contribution. It's not your. It's
well,
not,
it has boost, a little boost. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a boost, but it doesn't mean that you are contributing more. It just gives you a higher reward. Yeah.
Also getting a lot of reports of ads not resetting and ads not rewarding. So
yeah, we'll look into that. Because I've been seeing that in the Rocket chat, or in the Rocketeers chat, seeing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's an issue that we know of there, or that we're aware of. We're trying to narrow that one down.
Yeah. Yeah, there are ways to make more revenue that will help the buybacks on some ads. I know, for example, Rocket, there are ways to make this really seamless, where it's like if you say you want to do a deal finder, there are already APIs out there where you say, hey, I want you to find the best price on this brand name jacket, where we can actually probably get a commission from that, and then we can do share that commission with the user, and then also use the rest of the commission on buybacks. And that's a really cool way of like just organically, instead of like, showing a bunch of ads, where like it's basically you were going to buy it anyway, and then reward you some, essentially cash back. And so there's a lot of stuff already out there that supports it, which is great. We don't have to build it for ourselves. And as far as adding more ways to earn and boost in for video, the current video provider, we need to improve the experience there a little bit more. I think if we add another video provider, then they can compete. So then the price per video watch will get better. There are other. I don't know if we're gonna do the same time soon, but there's also the games pay out really well, and the surveys pay out really well. The games are great because they're very casual games, stuff that everyone plays already. But there's another kind of a new thing that's growing a lot, which is micro dramas or mini dramas. It's like they're like casual games, but it's like casual films, and they're like 2-minute episodes, and it's getting really, really popular. There are a lot of them generated by AI, and we thought like, who wants to watch AI slop? But I guess a lot of people just have fun with these videos, and so it's a really great way for us to add another type of reward, where maybe it's makes watching videos more fun. Some of these videos, some of these videos are actually fun because they're like games almost, or like interactive video games. A lot of people play the ads because they're just fun. But the videos these micro dramas, or they call them mini dramas, they could actually make it a lot more fun too. We just want to make the balance.
There's a lot of options for us to bring new things.
Playtime still being looked into with tracking.
What's that?
Issues, playtime tracking issues.
Oh, still
yeah. Those folks were engaging with them all the time to fix that, because even like last week, before July 4th, the rewards I saw for playtime were tiny. They're like 5 UPT, 3 UPT. It was so tiny. I was like, dude, no one's going to play your games, guys. If I see this, then I don't know how many other people are seeing this compared to my chips, which is like 10,000, 20,000 UPT. The difference is too crazy. And then I just noticed it got a little better. It's not as good yet, but I think
so. The more you play, the higher the rewards are.
But still the initial amount was way too tiny. They should prove that.
Yeah, we'll solve that. All right, guys. I think we should wrap up here. I think that we're almost at 2 hours. I want to end off. Close out this week's live stream with a very special song. If you were here last week, you heard it, but the man who made it, Sasho, wasn't
here last week, so he didn't get to hear it. So Sasho, second time. Also, I really like this song. So
UpRockers Rise.
UpRockers Rise.
Yeah.
It was great. I love it. So thank you so much, Sasho.
As always. Yep. As always, everyone, thanks for joining us. Thank you for spending your Thursday with us. Thursday this week. Thanks for listening to us chat. Spaceman, thanks for coming on up.
Yeah, thanks, Spaceman.
This week as well. It's nice to actually talk to you on voice.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. And community, as always, thanks for using Rocket. Thanks for using UpRock. Thanks for being part of this. Thanks for powering all of this. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was a good week. I saw a bunch of people watching on X. I haven't checked the other platforms yet, but 50,000 strong this week already. That's awesome. So thanks everybody. Have a great week, and enjoy Sasha's song. We'll see you all next week.
UpRockers Rise. Let's go.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Next week.
An echo in the air, the sound flowing around us everywhere.
Tester summon, brains are gonna storm. UpRock is calling, and we answer the call.
Time we work together, get ready, all sign in. One for all.
One dawn, let the rise begin.
down.